Orion, light, come guard the open spaces. From the black horizon to the pillow where I lie. Your faithful dog shines brighter than its lord and master. Your jeweled sword twinkles as the world rolls by. So come up singing about the cloudy cover. Step through the people who lost people in that steep. I know you're watching as the old gent's by the station. Scuffs his toes on old back blankets lying in the street. Orion.
It's my day, baby. I feel like I can play an Orion song today. I don't know, have I played this one before? It is an absolute bop. Very, very like untraditional from what music I listen to, but I love it. Hi everyone, if you didn't know, it's my Inception Day. So, this year I didn't have too many big plans because of how fast life has been moving for me on the with me getting sick, me going on vacation, all that stuff. So I just thought, hey, let's do a little AMA this year. I got the bringing back the Metopia music. I can't hear this song and like think about like how nervous I was when I was debuting. It's kind of great. Look at this orange in it. Yes. Well, don't just look at me. Da 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 da. As promised. Boom. Say hello to one of my dearest friends, Codename Ursa Minor. If the text is a little hard to read because of the compression and stuff, it'll be up on Twitter and Blue Sky after stream. But yeah, this is my look at this brown idiot. We cover the spectrum. I mean, I guess Cygnus is more of like a cooler color, so. What's Twitter? Yeah, guess you got me right there. But yeah, this is my beloved friend. She's incredibly cute, and it's thanks to her that I know a lot of stuff, and I'm kind of the way I am today, so. I'm glad I was able to pull enough strings to get the council to let me share her. I say that often because they changed it to X. Yeah, no, it's still Twitter to me. I don't give a shit what the billionaire thinks. I think everybody's still calling it that. Anybody who I think is like purposely like saying like X or like formerly Twitter, they'll tag on the formerly Twitter, but like they'll say it like just like to like get some points with, you know. Why am I talking about this when my best friend is on screen? We got other matters to talk about. He dead names his child, we dead name his website. Absolutely. I agree. But that's not what this is about. This is about her, and it's about me. So yeah, enjoy it, and you'll see more of her in the future, I hope. But yeah, if you want to see more of this, check Blue Sky. I'll post it everywhere. That just seems right to do. So, get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so this is my first time ever doing like an AMA sort of thing. So I'm sorry if this is a little rusty. We didn't get that many questions, so this might be a pretty short stream, but I don't mind. I'm gonna try and give you as good responses as I can here. But I didn't know that telonym was kind of considered to be taboo, I guess. Like, I didn't know that, like, when I was sharing it around, a lot, like, it was caught into, like, auto-spam filters and stuff like that. So, I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna nuke the account once this is done, but I just wanted to say that because this was a learning experience, and, like, I didn't even expect that I would get bots, but I think I got some bot comments. And I want to preface, if these aren't bot comments and they are your questions, I'm so sorry. I just that like in my field, all the flags go off with this stuff, and you'll see what I mean. I'm gonna show all the questions here, but like, I guess I can start here. The first one I got is a pretty Someone asked you that? Oh, you can ask in chat. We're just gonna go with the Codename ones first, and then maybe I'll leave it like open floor when we're near the end. I guess I should have prefaced that. It's like, yeah, you can ask now. It's like, no, it's not just on Codename or anything like that. But you know, I got a good bunch here. So let me just. There we go. So yeah, this is zoomed in on the Codename page. Is that big enough? I was worried about the size. But yeah, first question. You got Telegram. Absolutely a real human wrote that. It's not like I shit talk Telegram. Not often, mind you, but not like I'm on record of using Telegram. So, no, I don't have Telegram. Very easy question. And then if we scroll up, are you using TikTok a lot? You see what I mean here? Like, what? It's the like, no capitals, no capital letters, very casual thing. I don't use TikTok. And again, I'm sorry if these are actually people legitimately wondering. No, I don't use TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. If you see a Codename Orion TikTok, at least at this point in time, it's not official and it's not me. I'm not a. Yeah, literally all accounts on the site get those. Yeah, they probably do. They probably do get all these questions, but yeah, I don't use TikTok, so at least in this time and like time, and I don't have any foreseeable plans to get into TikTok exactly. I would honestly rather go for YouTube Shorts, if I'm being perfectly honest, but that's that. But now the thing is that this next question here is worded a little bit like it's a bot. It's got like the syntax of it, but it seems too legit. Do you think getting revenge will actually help me feel better? So the thing about this, and I'm gonna answer this legit because this is a lot more. This is yeah, the real questions begin. So first off, I would like to ask, 1, why are you coming to the VTuber to get this answer? And then secondly, I want to know, what kind of revenge are we talking about here? Because I feel like for like when it comes to revenge, where else to get answers than the stars? I guess that's true. My parents were killed. Better ask the cartoon stream man for advice. Okay, but I would say that to try and give you like an example of how I'm gonna try and answer these questions, I think that like revenge has like a bit of a spectrum to it. Like, there's a big difference between somebody ate your leftovers in the fridge to like embarrassed you in front of your crush to like actual murder, right? Are we all in agreement there? Like, that makes perfect sense. Like, there's a spectrum to it. I don't know what this person wrote, like is thinking about for their revenge plot, but I would say, generally speaking, the further down the line you go, in like severity, I think that it gets less and less like satisfying and like will make you feel better. Cause like, think about this from like, Yeah, they need to provide more info for sure. And like, you know, I didn't specify any of that. And again, this could be a bot, but I'm trying to be as like sincere as I can here because you guys deserve that. But like, let's say, like, let's use the leftovers example for a thing. You know, if somebody ate your leftovers and then you eat their leftovers, you can say like, there, now we're even. And you can feel satisfied about that. They'll learn a lesson and you know, this stuff like that. If it's like for like the girlfriend and like, or like the crush embarrassment, I should be inclusive here. Sorry. Straight white male. I would say that like you got to start planning more to get like an elaborate revenge scheme. Think of like Squidward in, you know, Fools in April. You know, he planned out that really, really elaborate prank in quotes to get SpongeBob, but just, you know, embarrassed him. I would say like it can start to eat at you and how much you obsess over it. So I would generally say that like for smaller things, and I wouldn't even call it revenge, I'd call it like getting even. I feel like it would be more it's more optimal for like smaller stuff. But then when you got to get to like bigger stuff, especially if we're, you know, talking about like going on a Jason Bourne or something, I wouldn't say that I feel like that would be worth it, at least in my eyes. It just seems like it'd be too much effort and like, you know, don't put yourself on a massive pedestal and like blowing up its importance, I guess. I'm not trying to demean like the value of like someone's parents dying or anything like that, but like you know what I'm saying? There's like that stuff that like you know happens in comic books. Yeah, John Wick. Yeah, but the thing is that like I haven't seen the John Wick movies, but like thing about like if you can take down some extra like a big like crime syndicate or something in the works like of getting your revenge, like maybe go for it. I would get other people involved. Worst revenge out would be Cartman to Scott Tenorman. Oh yeah, that's a really bad example. Yeah, I remember that one vividly. And the thing is that like Cartman like felt just in that, but you know, Cartman is Cartman. South Park references. Okay, but like yeah, that's my general thoughts. Pursue at your own risk, I guess. And if you wanted a better example, if you wanted a better answer, you should have responded better. I'm sorry. Okay, but next we got one that's a lot more fun. What word would you use to describe the other words? I have like vetted all these questions like in advance, but I didn't think about like how to answer them. So, quick answer to this. We're a colorful bunch. We've got, we come from all walks of life. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like collectively or individual. I'm gonna try and answer both. But like, generally speaking, we come from all walks of life. We've all got different backgrounds. Like, that, for example, to pull her up again because I love looking at her. Ursa Minor here, she's one generation behind her older sister, who I have yet to meet, but she's a newer generation than her sister, and I think that's just cool. We got like another group, I forgot who, but they're like another group of siblings in like the most recent gen. But we all come from different areas, and we're all got our own quirks. Like if you want like a word to describe like me, I would say flawless, which is obviously a lie. But like if you want some like words on the top of my head, Cygnus, intelligent, Codename Ursa Minor, Gremlin, but she's our Gremlin, Taurus, hard ass, Virgo, femme fatale. Or some other ones up the top of my head. Aura, secretary. Just, we're, bubbly, I guess. Human being, yeah, we're all human beings at the end of the day. Human beings with processors in our heads. But that's about it. Some other ones, like Eridanus, he's kind of an edgelord, but he kind of owns up to it. Lepus is a total flirt. Crater's a smart aleck that just, like, to name off like a few. But yeah, generally speaking, we all have our own quirks and general, you know, facets. So I would say that, like, generally speaking, if you want to say a word for, like, the whole of Pleiades, I would say diverse, but each individual word you, like, can, like, don't want to, like, exactly pin to, like, one word, because that's not how personalities work and stuff, but that's the general. I hope that answers the question. And we got another Pleiades related one up here. I hope this one's gonna fit in the box. Okay, it will fit. Ever so slightly. What did you do before you joined Pleiades, and how did you know that you were a good fit for them? This is a very interesting question with a long story behind it. I'm not gonna say the whole story, because it is long. I'll maybe share it some other time, but here. I will start with this. Before I was working for Pleiades, I was working in food. I was working in fast food. And I was feeling at, like, the lowest of low of my life. Just out of college, just got this degree I worked my ass off for, and I'm stuck working in fast food. I won't point into any directions. Let's just say their name rhymes with Schmary Schmeen. But basically, one day I met a very well-dressed man, and he kind of, like, put me on the spot when I was at the register and said that, like, I really look unhappy. And I was kind of like, oh god, please don't talk to me. I hate socializing at work. But he slipped me his business card along with a pretty hefty tip. And I called the number about that, and I scheduled a meeting, and basically I then came face to face with Taurus in real life, and he told me about this whole, you know, demon enthralled space stuff, and just I was blown away. I didn't believe him at first, but, like, after he's, like, showing me some of the stuff that he's worked on, I just, like, I wanted a piece of it. And that's how I got to where I am now. It kind of felt like I was getting recruited for, like, the military or something, and, you know, like, I haven't talked about my dad that much, but my dad's a vet, and I kind of thought, like, is this what he felt like? Was this, like, how he found his calling before back in the day? So, I guess I kind of, sorry, contribute a little bit to that to my dad, so thanks, Dad. But honestly, I didn't know if I was gonna be a good fit. It was more that well-dressed man who saw me as who he was. I guess I could say it. Yeah, that well-dressed man was Leo. Apparently, he does a lot of the recruiting, from what I've heard from other people's stories. But yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna be a good fit, but I just took the leap, and they liked me enough. I don't know if Taurus is regretting turning me into who I am today, but I'm certainly glad for him making me who I am. The wellest of dresses, yes. So yeah, again, I feel like I want to answer all these with like, I hope that answers your question. I could like go on for like hours about this, but we got so many to go through. All right, next is a simpler one. What's your favorite flower? Okay. Now, I kind of want to... So I can answer this two ways. Favorite flower for looks, I would honestly say, is like a rose. As basic as it is. Rafflesia. No, that's my favorite one for scent. No. Yeah, I like roses generally. Roses and carnations are pretty nice, but my favorite flower scent wise is definitely lavender. I have like back in college I had like air fresheners to keep my room fresh, my dorm clean, and just they were always lavender scented, and just like getting hit by that the like air freshener scent is like when after a long day of classes always felt good. Snapdragons are cool because they're interactive. Yeah, snapdragons are pretty cool. I don't know a lot about I don't know too much about the world of flowers. And I did that whole like job in Persona 5. But yeah, I would say like easy answer, like favorite flower visually, roses and carnations. I especially like fictional roses that can be like impossible colors. Like blue roses, those look so cool. They can't exist in real life though. But I would definitely say that like lavender is probably my favorite scent. And then moving up here, we got another one that I think is a bot. You have changed a lot. Now, of course, you know, I like to think that I haven't. I think the only thing that's changed is that, you know, I have a face cam. Yeah, that's not a question, yeah. The thing is that Codename is, like, advertised to have, like, be for, like, asking anonymous questions and just sending, like, anonymous, like, kudos or whatever, so... Again, I'm really sorry if this isn't a bot and stuff, but like, I don't think that I personally have changed all that much. I haven't heard people like, yeah, everybody changes over time, yeah. That's a good way to put it. We all change. I like to think that I haven't all that much in terms of my content. I would always, of course, you know, want to change for the better. Wicked coming out in November, not sponsored. But yeah, I would say that like even with like my YouTube content, I don't feel like I've adjusted all that much except for like, you know, doing the face cam, cutting it, and then, you know, cutting in for like, you know, visual gags like with the Chain of Memories video and stuff. So yeah. But if you think that way, I don't know. If you think that way, I don't know if that's a positive thing or a negative thing, because you didn't specify how I've changed. I mean, I can think of a big way, as I said, but, you know. I don't know what to make with that. And then our next question. Please respond. Okay. Hi. Do you think that this was like the person, like the last one was like back to back with this one? Because I specified, again, what's making me think that these are bots is that I specified I wasn't going to be using Codename to answer the questions. I was going to be doing them live. Yeah, it could have been the same person. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, the questions changed over time in the comments. We got a good amount of questions though lined up, so nothing to worry there. In fact, the next one is, I can guarantee you, is a real person because it's got a typo in it. Have you ever nodded any of your consoles? So obviously that N is supposed to be an M. And we can all like laugh about this, and I hope that they're laughing too. Because this just this has got a. Do I nod to them? I mean, I can do that right now. There we go. Just nodded to my Switch too. This is my. I guess my PC is a console in itself. There we go. Oh wait, my phone's over here. I don't think I got it on camera. Okay, well, first off, are you a cop? Are you one of those Nintendo ninjas I hear about? I can't do a really good eyebrow. But the answer is no. I really haven't modded any of my consoles. I have considered, because I've heard so much about how easy it is to mod your Nintendo 3DS. Damn, that's an old meme. But, I would say that, I really haven't had any need to. At least, currently. I don't feel like I would. Back in the day on DS, I did have an action replay. I was an action replay punk. And that was probably the closest to, like, modding that I have ever, like, touched on for like an actual system, and even then that's just like, you know, editing the games. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I have modded any consoles. There was a period in my life where I wanted to try jailbreaking like my iPod, because somebody in middle school kept flexing their jailbroken like iPhone or iPod, and I wanted in on that. So yeah, there you go. Pretty easy question, and I can understand that for, you know, being a streamer and all. And then next, I wrote you text but couldn't hit send. My only response to this, again, might be a bot, is hit send. Do it, you coward. Hit send and like, let me see your thoughts. Let me hear from you. Oh, but they did. But I don't know if that's specifically talking about here. This could be like one of my close friends trying to say that, like, they want to talk more. How else could I read it? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, could just be other people. I'm just saying again, I'm sorry if this is a real person, but like, if, like, I know that the whole, like, stigma of, like, oh, what will they think will come to this, but in my case specifically, you can hit send on a message, and it can be half done, and I will wait to hear the full thing from you. I will, I'll ask questions, I'll be engaged, and I just, like, want to make sure that, like, you know, people know that. Of course, make sure that you come to me and you're not, like, a bot. I'm a VTuber. I deal with bots on a daily basis. Everybody does. But hit enter. Make yourself known that you are human. And it'll make you go far. It's that confidence. The confidence in being able to send messages goes a long way. In fact, if I didn't have that confidence, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys right now. Next question. Something simpler. Top 10 favorite games? Okay. So, okay, I'm not gonna put these in, like, any order specifically, so you have to forgive me. Okay, so off the top of my head, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Yakuza Like a Dragon. God, this is harder to do when on the spot. Borderlands 2. Super Mario Galaxy. That's only 4. Fuck. I see on the get my The World Ends With You. That's like the very tippy top of the list. I'm not doing these in any order, but that one is my all-time favorite game. Let's see. I don't do Borderlands 2. I don't know if I would say my mind is telling me to say Minecraft, but I don't know if I would say it's like my all-time favorite, but it is good. Warframe. I don't know what is Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, that's another one. I need two more. I have Doom 2016. No, I don't feel like I should count that because I was hesitant. This is hard. Pokemon Platinum? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stick with that one. Pokemon Platinum. Actually no, retract that. Retract Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Black and White 2. That one's my true all-time favorite. No offense to Platinum. But and then I need one more. You see, the thing is that I could say Skyrim because of the like domino effect that game had on my life, but it's not really like one of my favorites. Maybe. God, why is this so hard? Oh, Psychonauts 2. There we go. I really should have thought about them in order. That would have made things easier. There you go. There's a couple of extra ones in there for you. What is that, like 13? How many was that? That was at least 10. Kiwami 2, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Borderlands 2, Pokemon Black and White 2, The World Ends With You. I can't even remember them now. Holy shit. Just said them. Psychonauts 2. Super Mario Galaxy. I'm counting here on my fingers, guys. I'm gonna write this shit down. I guess I can put Minecraft there due to my resurgence, but I don't know, that's the most loose one. What the fuck? I just said them. I don't have dementia, guys, I promise. That was a lot more thinking than I thought it would take. I said 10. I was counting on my fingers. I know for a fact I said 10. Okay, let me go through this again. Okay. World Ends With You, Psychonauts 2, Kiwami 2, Like a Dragon, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Super Mario Galaxy, Minecraft, Pokemon Black and White 2, Super Mario Galaxy. Did I already say Galaxy? There's 2 more. Did I say Borderlands 2 already? I'm just fucking like write this down. Hold on. Oh, I put Galaxy on there twice. Okay, hold on. World Ends With You. Okay, World Ends With You. Borderlands 2. Kiwami 2. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Oh, you're telling me to put Galaxy twice on there? It is great. It is one of my favorites. Okay. Mario Galaxy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has been a long day for me, I just want to say. No rest even on my Inception Day. Okay. A Galaxy Black 2 and White 2. I only played Black 2, but you know. Oh yeah, Warframe and 14. Warframe, FF14, Psychonauts 2. There we go. Okay, that's the number. That was the 2 we're missing. The 2 live service games. See, those are just such a part of my life that I don't think about them. So yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing one. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, how am I missing one? World Ends With You, Borderlands 2, Kiwami 2, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Super Mario Galaxy, Black and White 2, Warframe, Final Fantasy 14, Psychonauts. Now what was the other one? Minecraft. There it is. There we go. Popped into my head. And that's like the loose one. That one can be swapped out for whatever. Like maybe if like you approach me another time, I could say that's Deltarune or something. Okay. All right. That was a lot harder than I thought it was. And oh my god, this next one. What's the worst joke you've ever told? That's not offensive, of course. Okay, so this has been one that I've wanted to say on stream for a while, but never found the right time to. So, I'll do it now. So, for context, I was like 6 or 7 when I made this joke. Okay. And I have to explain a lot in order to get the joke. And then you have to, and just keep this in the back of your mind that little Orion thought this was the funniest thing ever. So, there's this guy who's having a party at his house. And the party is just ending, and all of his guests are going home. Now, there's a burglar. But the burglar is really stupid. And for some reason, he walks up to the front door and rings the doorbell. And the owner of the house opens it, sees that this guy's, dressed up like a classic, robber sort, the pinstripe and all that. And he's like, hi, I would like to rob your house. May I? And at the same moment as this, before the owner of the house can, call the police or anything like that, one of his friends, walks out of the house and says, oh, thank you for the party. And then the homeowner says, oh, you're welcome. Then the robber smiles and walks right in and robs the guy's house. Little Orion thought that was the funniest thing ever. Like, I think I developed that from one of my grandma's friends, like, being like a master of telling like extended story jokes. And I was like, oh, I can do that. Did you get thieves mixed up with vampires? Oh yeah, because like you have to invite vampires into your houses, don't you? Yeah, no, I didn't know about that superstition when I was a kid. But yeah, that is the that is what I would like consider to be like the worst joke. And I repeated it a lot to people. And like I think people already like checked out of the joke. They were like, you know, like starting to like, oh, when is he gonna be over? When is he gonna be done talking about this? Like when I get to like explaining the fact that the burglar goes up and knocks on the door. So yeah, that is the worst joke that I've ever told. Now, of course, there are plenty worse ones going around in my head, but those don't count because I don't say them. And just to boost my confidence here, you're awesome. Thank you. You might be a bot, but I appreciate that. You're awesome too. You're all awesome. I find you really special. Well, when you say it like that. But in all seriousness, like, these days, people can take that as an insult. I'm not saying I do. I wear specialism with pride. Someone just wanted to compliment you once. Yeah, or they're like, you know, again, they could be a bot. Again, I'm sorry if you're not, but I appreciate it. I really do. Like, good words like that just, you know, make somebody's day. And, like, to put this in towards, like, you know, my content stuff, seeing comments on VODs and stuff, that's just so happy. That makes me so happy. Just people, like, you know, taking their time out to just, like, you know, leave a little something. And I appreciate that. And then, this one's definitely a bot. Want to chat. Chat about what? I got a chat going right now. So, what do you want to chat about? You guys want to talk about how hot dogs are sold in bundles of 6, but the hot dog buns are sold in packs of 8? No, don't like judge their stupidity because I'm fairly certain this is a bot. Again, going off of like what I know about Codename, like that makes like they didn't think that one through, at least in their programming for that. So go there. Or maybe this is the same person who couldn't hit send. Maybe there's a connection there. And in that situation, I would say, like, it depends on what you want to chat about. But then again, I think that you can always, like, come into my chat and talk to me. I feel like I'm pretty open about that, right? Do you guys feel that way? I shouldn't be the one to call that. You guys are the audience. But would you say that, like, I'm easy to chat with? Your stunned silence is very reassuring. I'll just take that as a yes. You can buy 9 packs of 8 buns and 12 packs of 6 hot dogs. See, there we go. There's the answer I wanted. Then you'll beat the system. Just gotta make sure you know you're ready for the cookout. See, I prompted discussion. That means I'm good to chat with. Alright. I kind of answered this one already, but I'll give a little more. How do you join Pleiades? Do you need to have a certain skills? So, kind of said was answered this before with the, like, how did I get into Pleiades, but, you don't really need that many skills. I guess, like, the biggest skill you need to have is an open mind, which I would definitely say is welcome in my line of work, because I thought I was sitting before a madman before I got to where I am now. But really, it's all up to the Zodiac Council if you're gonna make it into Pleiades or not. You gotta be scouted, basically. But yeah, you don't really need any like, prerequisite skills. I mean, they let me in. Like, let that sink in. But just in general, yeah, it's more of a, they'll come to you instead of you go to them sort of recruitment and, organization. In fact, I think, like, we're, like, stalled on members for now. Like, the last gen of warrants we had was, like, where we're, like, putting in, like, a pause. Even, like, longer than our usual breaks between generations, so... Even if you wanted to join, I would say, look at other options first. Because it is a lot of work. And and you really have to, like, live with the fact that, the headaches you get, IRL will always be, like, 5 times the magnitude of your normal headaches. I would definitely say that, like, that isn't for everybody. I wish they wrote that in the, in the contract. Got another fun one here. If you got turned into an animal, what animal would you like to be and why? Pretty simple one, Though, I feel like it should be if you could turn into an animal, because if I got turned, that sounds like I was, like, encountering a wizard, right? A malicious figure that wanted to, you know, cast me into being an animal. I'm kidding, of course. So, again, this is another one that's a little complex to answer. Can I answer both? Okay, if I was turned into an animal by a wizard, I would want to be like a grizzly bear or something, because then I can, you know, like, I could defeat the wizard with sheer strength and then force him to turn me back. But if I wanted to, like, turn myself, like, freely into an animal, that's a bit trickier. Because, like, while I love elephants, I don't feel like it'd be fun to be one. You know, poachers would be on you. That can, like, apply to any animal, really. Or, like, or, you know, gotta live out in the hot sun and all that. But thinking about this, and I have to put a couple of stars next to this, asterisks. If I was turned into an animal, I kind of think that being a panda wouldn't be that bad. Now, I have to preface this. Like, if I have all of, like, my like, human smarts in my animal body, I would be eating fucking meat and not just bamboo. But think about this. You could be a panda and people would care for you because you're endangered. And you can just lounge around and people will think you're cute. That doesn't sound like too bad of a life. But I get, like, otherwise, I don't know if, like, being like a bobcat or something some sort of like, like apex predator. Would pandas get preserved if they weren't cute? I don't know. Don't ask me. I still feel like nature should have like power crept them out of the out like so many years ago. But we're just nice people. It's like the one thing we can get behind is preserving pandas. So yeah. Hope that answers your question. It's a lot harder to think about like on the spot. But yeah, if I could be my own sort of panda, I think I would be a panda. Otherwise, I think I would be like a I don't know if a lion, maybe a tiger. Maybe a tiger would be the best bet. Something that doesn't have to worry too much. Okay. And then next, why are you not like you used to be? You see what I mean with these bots? They don't go into this description. Again, I'm sorry if you... I'm saying again a lot here. Sorry. But like, in a situation like this, if you want me to be like honest with you, which is, I'm trying to be here, tell me a bit more. It's like similar to the other one. Yeah, you're right. It's got to be in the same vein. But like, yeah, I just think that, yeah, am I really that different? I just have an avatar now. if you want anything, and I already did have an avatar. I was flashing the little like, doodle of myself on my video essays and stuff. Am I that different? Either a bot or someone's concerned about you. Yeah, if somebody's concerned about me, I would feel like they would want to be more specific, right? I don't know. I'm again like, I kind of have to like drill it home because, I left this open. It's like, hey, you can ask whatever you want as long as it's not too personal. Hell, like in a situation like this, for a comment like this, maybe somebody would have to be more personal with me in order for me to get a better answer, But again, I don't feel like I've changed all that much. I only strive to change for the better. Okay, next one. This one's a bit more fun. What's the biggest challenge you've faced as a VTuber? Scheduling. And I'm not just talking about sleep schedule. The absolute worst feeling ever is putting together your schedule and then realizing you're not able to keep up to those dates. I hate that feeling. And I hate leaving you guys out of content and streams. But just like, I've tried to stay like on my own path, I guess, for like being transparent with you guys about like, it's like, oh, I'm not really feeling like I'd be able to put on a good stream today, so I'm gonna call it off. Something came up, yada yada yada. Because just like, I'm a big believer in fake it till you make it, but there's a certain line that you can't cross. And I don't want to be the person who's sharing fake optimism when, I'm faced with really, really bad like circumstances. Think of like Gimmick 2, for example. Like, I really wanted to beat that game and, have it so we can see the ending, but just, I was going to devolve into dying over and over again. I wasn't going to be able to commentate at all. So I ended the series there. That's just like a brief example of what I'm talking about here. But like, I hate like stuff not going to schedule. I hate like hiccups coming up where I gotta, cancel stream or read it because, you know, there's only so many days in the year when I'm able to and, you know, like times to, you know, do content in general. But I would definitely say that's the biggest challenge I've faced, and I'm still working with it. And again, I'm so appreciative for how much support you guys give me and all that. But yeah, scheduling. And not even the sleep kind, because I feel like I have a decent sleep schedule compared to some other VTubers. Pour one out for them, guys. And as a wonderful transition from something a little slightly serious. If there were two guys on the moon and one killed the other with a rock, how fucked up would that be? It would be very fucked up. I'm more impressed that you pulled out this copy pasta out of all places, instead of going for like how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But you gotta laugh at me. little golf clap for you there. Another VTuber related one here. Oh, oh wait, I'm at the top. I'm at the top here. Wait, the scrolling isn't gonna work now. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, no, that's not right. We'll just adjust this adjust this on the fly. No, not control. It's shift, right? Yeah, that's not the Yeah, it's stretchy. Give me 1 sec. Okay, it's in full screen now. If I reset, there we go. Oh no, you guys are getting spoiled. I'll just extend up from here. I didn't think this part through. Don't know if there's something in incident past. VTuber question. Is that your real hair? You know, the thing is that, well, first off, great question. No. I do not have this magnificent mullet in real life. And honestly, it's really weird because I hate hair like this in real life, but in Demon Enthralled Space, it just I like it. I like how it feels compared to everything else. It's one of the weird things that just came from me being a Wern. Feel a good mantra is anything is okay to ask. Not everything is worth answering, though. Oh, that is a good mantra. Okay. Anyways, another VTuber related question to go off the one that was in chat. Who were your biggest inspirations to become a VTuber? Well, one inspiration that isn't a VTuber by any means is Grapefruit. He's definitely would be like at the top of my list for being inspirations to get into streaming in general. But VTuber sources specifically, I guess I would point towards Gargura. Hope she's doing well, whatever she's doing. Yeah, I would definitely say, like, yeah, a lot of, like, physical streamers were more of my inspos. Like, Grapefruit, like, stemmed from Vine Sauce in itself, and I stemmed from Vine Sauce as well, in a bit. Vine Sauce got me through some long nights in college, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I guess those would be the big three. They're my, like, warring triad, I guess. And I don't know if, like, you know, you feel their content in mine or not. And I don't know if that's a good thing or such. Am I sullying their brand by being inspired by them? Alright. I think that answers that one. Next question. Why does it keep like resetting to be stretchy? I'm just trying to crop it. No, it's not shift. Oh wait, I know what it's doing. It's the... I'm a professional streamer, by the way. Are the technical problems something you took from Vinny? Good one, good one. Why isn't it now? It's literally like... Why isn't it letting me, like, adjust you? Yeah, I know for a fact R reset transformation. Oh, it's Alt. Wow, I had a... That was a legit, like brain fart. Okay, so scale that up. Let me just check with the alt. Yep, there we go. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I forgot how to be a streamer for a second. Also, wow, we're going on third loop of the catalog theme. It did loop, it just didn't play. Okay, here we go. Would you consider having any other Werns on stream as guests? I would absolutely love to, but we're very busy. And I don't think I would have them on, like, on the face cam. I think you'd be getting a reactive of them in on chat, but honestly, sounds like it would be a wonderful time. I know for a fact that, like, Cygnus and Ursa Minor, they love watching my streams. So, if they could be a part of them, I feel like they would love that. And Minor doesn't even talk that much. She'd like happily be like just like game with us. I feel like that would be fun. Again, it's all about like lining up with schedules. All right. Next one. Here, I'll stretch it up like an accordion. Any anime recommendations? I feel like I answered this one on Minecraft recently, but I recently started watching Dandadan with some friends. Really good series. If you like action and you like comedy, perfect mix of those two. I haven't finished it though, so it might like flub at like the, you know, at the 10-yard line or whatever, but I'm enjoying it for the most part. I think I'm like more than halfway through the season, but it is very good. Of course, Dropkick on My Devil. That is a must because of the April Fool's video. Love that series. Very cute characters. Really faithful adaptation of the manga as well. So would recommend that if you like slice of life, like with physical slapstick. And then another comedy with like My Dear Friend Nokotan. I'm just listing off animes that I've seen recently. And then I guess the biggest one is that even if it's daunting, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is amazing. I love me some JoJo. But I know for a fact that it is daunting, but start at Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain. That's wait, Phantom Pain, that's Metal Gear Solid. Whoops. Start at Phantom Blood and then work your way up. You won't regret it. You'll learn a lot about music. You'll learn a lot about, like, how to write cool villains. Does Kappa Mikey count as anime? If so, is that recommended? I don't know about Kappa Mikey. I only know about Kappa Mikey from Quentin Reviews, and he says that show aged like milk. So don't come to me on that one. Go ask Quentin. But yeah, I would say, yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a great one to start at. Well, not start at if you're new to anime. Ugh. Don't think about that. But yeah, JoJo is like a big part of me. Made some great friends in college, so it's got that going for it. All right. But yeah, those are just some like off the cuff ones. I don't watch a lot of anime. That's never like in like the job description for being a VTuber, but like, you know, it's like, oh, people expect you to watch anime, but nah, I don't watch all that much. Next we got, ooh, I like this one. What stream or video are you most proud of? Okay. Well, I'll answer both of these. Video-wise, How to Be a Good Christian Boy in Faith the Unholy Trinity. Working on the script for that one was a lot of fun, even though it required me to grab so much footage. And just, I feel like seeing people comment on the video saying that they got Good Christian Boy from my guide fills me with so much joy. It's like, yes, I have led them to the treasure I cannot possess. Oh, you would have said the best one was probably the ICU. Yeah, I do like the Walter Wake and the I Spy Connected Universe a lot too, but the thing is that Faith takes the cake because if you haven't like looked back at that video and looked at the comments, Airdorf commented on. I pinned Airdorf's comment on my video. I got like a response from the dev of a game on my video covering their material on how to get the hardest achievement in the game. That just feels like that's like so wild to think of. And I just feel it's like, yeah, I feel like I've accomplished something. And like, he loved the video too. He commented twice actually. He like laughed about me calling Tiffany's attack, comparing Tiffany's attack to the DVD logo, which was great. And then he commented to say, it's like, yeah, great video. I'm also like making it easier to do the auto fire glitch or whatever. And like, that's just really freaking cool. I would love Airdorf. I know there's no chance, no shot you're seeing this, but like, if you want to like, you know, work with me at any point, I would love to. Like, if you want me to like voice act in a game or something, I would love to do that. You seem like a really cool guy. And I'm very much looking forward to your new game coming out. I forgot what it's called, but it's basically the inverse of Faith. That's the new game he's working on. But stream-wise, I would have to say, I got the Good Christian Boy achievement from your video, and I've not even got or played the game. I appreciate that. Okay, but stream-wise, I'm gonna take the very, like, easy approach and say Garden of Banban. The amount of time I had to put into making that fucking overlay for that stream is way more trouble than it was worth. I had to render that thing for like 4 hours, which was like the longest I had rendered anything in Premiere at the time. But I think it was worth it. And it almost wasn't worth it because, little insight about that. I made it have a buffer for about like 40 minutes or so. I should have upped it to an hour because I was like, oh, I've heard that, you know, Garden of Banban 1 isn't very long. People have beaten it in like 10 minutes. But your lovable streamer here died to a Peel-a-Bird like 3 fucking times and wasted a whole bunch of time. So the gag almost didn't come through. But I'm glad that it did, and I was able to get it out. So now my 2024's leap day is forever cemented with that that fantastic stream, at least in my eyes. And we are finally at the last one. This actually took a lot longer than I thought it was. I'm holding, that's Control. I need to hold Alt. What's your advice to somebody getting into content creation? I would say go for it. Give it a spin. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be, you know, fanciful or anything like that. Just give it a try and see if you like it. There's plenty of free editing software out there to put stuff together, or just like if you want to talk about your like passions over some like Marvel Rivals footage or something like that, go for it. Some people might want to listen to that. I've enjoyed some very low budget, low skill videos. Exactly. And that's like all you need sometimes. Like you can have like a really high end edited stuff. You can have like, I would say that my stuff isn't super duper well edited. Like personally. I know probably some people out there would disagree because they don't even know how to, like, you know, cut on Premiere Pro as an example, but just take a swing at it. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you can try something else. I'm juggling it with, you know, being a hunter, so that's and just like I like having that ability to be free form and just like, you know, share the stuff I like talking about. And the stupid stuff, like, you know, like the ICU, for example. It's just a matter of like getting into just like, what do you think is good for your schedule? Yeah, bringing back that schedule comment. I will say though, if you're interested in getting into VTubing, I would first say try doing base live streams first, because you don't want to sink a lot of money into something that you don't think you're going to follow through fully. Because boy oh boy, have I put some money into this business into this stuff, and I've loved it. I've loved putting it together. I've like the reason I have like a whole new PC is because I wanted to do it just for this whole thing I do. But make sure you want to do it first. Maybe even like, you know, set up just a simple reactive or whatever before you get into that, or use like a stock model or whatever. But yeah, I would say that if you really do want to try it, give it a go. You can do it at whatever pace you want to do. Some people do it for a hobby, like myself. Others do it for money, and while I would love to do it for money, I'm very happy with doing it as a hobby and at my own pace. So I hope that answers your question. And yeah, that is all the telonyms I got. Do a quick scroll of them here. They're not gonna all show up. Yeah, it's gonna get caught on what's your favorite flower. Anybody, I guess, yeah, anybody got some like quick questions they want to toss my way before I head out? I'll blow my nose 1 sec. Nobody asked why. If somebody asked why, I would definitely have just answered because I can. No other answer needed there. I certainly would have asked that. But yeah, I like, thank you all so much for everybody who submitted questions. Next time I do something like this, I'll just stick to like YouTube comments or whatever, because I still feel like people are just like, oh, he's asking me to go onto another site. Ugh. Don't want that. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign off for the evening and enjoy the rest of my Inception day. Thank you all so much for joining in and asking all your questions, and yeah, it's been a whole lot of fun. Keep it real.